Hi and welcome to this new timeless reading. Let's take a look at what new frequency is available for us to decode. And it's going to be 3 cards. The first one is more details about their frequency. The second one is what can we release from our current energetic field. And the third one is advice on how to go about it. So let's take a look at the frequency in question. And we have the Six of Wands. The first thing I heard picking it up is we're grounding our energy on a completely new level. It's as if there's a sense of how we maybe had projects or hopes or manifestations or even ideals that felt like they were never touching ground, landing, happening in a decent time frame. And this is like putting aside the concept of divine timing, let's say, just, basic things that feel like they're just never happening when you feel like they should. And not just like ego pressure, more like, why the heck is this not rolling like it would for anyone else? And it's because your energetics is probably very different. And if you have naturally higher frequency in the previous paradigm, I'd say you probably were forced to some extent to be in service or assistance to others. And when your frequency is naturally quite high, it's not as grounded, and it will be difficult to see physical results because you're kind of held in a higher sphere most of the time, most of your everyday life. Just kind of like being in a space where you kind of like pull people out of funky spaces, and consciously or unconsciously. I mean, it's not necessarily like, oh, I have this assignment, and sometimes it's just how you naturally have been most of your life. And when you're in that space, it's very useful to bring balance to a lot of situations, but on a basic human average life experience level, it's very annoying because it feels like what you kind of like want to see happen, or results you kind of need to make your life more comfortable, take a million years to happen. But what I'm seeing now is that it is happening. It's finally happening. And also what I notice is in this card she's riding a horse, and we're speaking here of heavy support is coming in. So it's like her feet don't even need to touch the ground for all the sticks to be anchored all around her. So finally being carried by a decent frequency where things actually start happening and building up on each other. So that's very interesting. So now let's see what we can release from our fields in order for this to happen in the best way possible. And it's the Empress, but in kind of more of a negative energy here. I would say stubbornness, or needing things to be a certain way. And we kind of have to fully let go of the previous structure, like projection structure that we had as to how things should look like, or in which way they should happen. Kind of just freeing ourselves from structuring results or projecting results in a certain way. And now advice on how to go about this. And that's the Four of Swords, and that card to me represents clarity. And what I'm seeing is in the coming days following when you watch this reading, it's going to clarify itself naturally. We're kind of like in the beginning stages of things being more anchored, and the more they anchor, the more you run information with the field as it keeps anchoring. It's responding to you, so it will naturally be doing what it's supposed to be doing, and the more anchored you become, the more the communication with the field is gonna get clearer, and you'll see the next step quite naturally. So overall, that's very good information to come across, and I hope it resonated.